Hey everybody, welcome back. As you can see, I'm still celebrating yesterday, and I just want to remind all of you, hey, you don't have to wait till November 11th every year, all right? If you happen to come into contact with someone who served this country, that man or woman, whether they've just recently came back from deployment or they served in World War II, please thank a veteran today, all right? Thank them every day. They've earned it. They deserve it. All right. I also want to say thank you so much. And I already said this already to them, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again and again and again and again and again. Thank you so much to those of you who showed up to the 2 meeting sessions on Monday. Again, it wasn't mandatory, but, as one of you were thanking me, I think it was Juan was thanking me the other day for doing this, and I had to tell him, man, it's just not for the for you guys, but it's for me too. It was really a lot of self-serving there because I really need this engagement. This is why I do this. I'm in my 22nd year at Bergen. Never mind the years that I taught out in Indiana. I love this. I love engaging with students. I love learning about you. I love hearing your stories and what your dreams are and your goals. And then later on, 5, 6, 10, 12 years from now, when we're Facebook friends and I see you accomplishing those goals. Just this weekend alone, I saw a young lady, Jessica, got married, who was a student of mine, I think back in 2010 or 2011, and she was an editor of the school newspaper. And now to see her getting married this past weekend, it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. And I really appreciate you guys showing up just so we could have some kind of engagement. This whole online stuff, I can't wait till it's over. COVID, you communist Chinese, I can't stand you. Can't stand you since what you tried to do to my Marines back in 1950, and I don't like you now. So hopefully this whole thing will just go away because we need to be back in the classrooms and fully engaged. So now it's time. It is now time. A couple of you have gone ahead and emailed me, hey, Eccles, I didn't say anything about the due date. No, I got it. Okay? It's now time to do your persuasive speech. All right? Hopefully you've been already putting it together. Hopefully, after I approved your specific purpose statement, some of you have asked me some questions and I've answered them. If you look at the sample outlines for guidance, you got 4 of them. 2 speeches of conviction, 2 speeches of actuation. All right? It should be no problem for you to put these together and to now start presenting your speeches. Now, you have until, I know you all have been waiting for this, you have until Sunday night, November 22nd at 8 p.m. to get your speeches in. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to make sure that, now I'm going to go ahead and attach the persuasive speech grade sheet. Now, again, I'm kind of loosely going by this. It's what I normally use, and I've been using this since I was in Indiana, since it goes back like 25 years or so. But I want to make sure that you realize the things that I'll be looking for. And I'm looking for pretty much the same things. Do ignore the idea of a visual aid. Even though it's optional for this speech normally, because of this online, I'm just not even doing visual aids. Okay? So don't worry about it. But some of the things that you want to make sure you do, make sure you practice your speeches, people. Okay? The last thing I want to have is when I'm watching your video, I can easily tell this is the one time you're doing the speech. Okay? Practice it at least 3 or 4 times before you go ahead and hit record on whatever device you're using to record your speech. All right? You want that to happen. You want it to be as perfect as it can be. And that's what, you heard the old saying, practice makes perfect. Well, I'm not looking for perfect speeches, but if you're just doing it one time, you didn't practice it at all, it kind of shows. Especially when it's a persuasive speech, when you're trying to influence people. All right? When you're trying to get people to think and feel the way you do or actually get them to do something. So you want to make sure you do that. If you give me a video and it's 7 minutes long, no, you didn't practice. Don't tell me 3 times you practiced a speech and it's 7 minutes long each time. You said, yeah, okay, this is what Eccles was. No. You already know I wanted 3 to 5 minutes. You already know that. You've known that for 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and practice. Make sure you're citing your sources. Remember, both verbally and in the outline. You've got 4 sample outlines for guidance. All right? But again, that's your credibility, people. That's your credibility. So you want to make sure that you cite your sources. Also, make sure to make those adjustments. If you send me a video and I can't see your face because it's dark, you're not going to get a good grade on that. All right? Again, this is one of those things, and we talked about this on Monday. These are the kind of new things that you're going to have to do. Things that, normally at Bergen, you go down to Ender Hall where they have a lot of the theater classes and they teach lighting. All right? This is something that we don't have to do normally in the regular classroom, but if the lighting is wrong and I can't see your face, all right, you got to make those adjustments. Got to make sure that the lighting is good in whatever place or room that you're filming your speech. Because the same thing is going to happen once you do this for real. And when I say for real, I talked about this again on Monday, and I'll be talking about it for a while now, is I do strongly feel that this is the future. That, one of the things I've talked about many times with you guys, and I'll say it again right now. Hope I'm not boring you. I probably am, but I'm going to say it. If you work construction, if you put up sheetrock for a living, or if you're a server at a restaurant, yeah, you have to physically get up, get out of your house, and go to work. But if you're in a professional field, which a lot of you will be soon, that's why you're getting an associate's, bachelor's, and then possibly an advanced degree. You can get your job done from right here. And that's why even though the streets of Manhattan are empty, work is still getting done. People are still working because they're doing it from here. They're doing it from home. They're doing it on the computer. And I do think that a lot of what you're going to be doing in the future is going to be done here. Because again, one thing I love to hear from office managers and stuff is they can't stand leasing office space. And now they know they don't have to. That's one thing COVID has showed them. So make those adjustments. Again, you want to be eye level. Look at where I am right now. Okay? You know what this is? This is my dining room table and a box. An empty box that I put a laptop on top of. All right? This way now I'm eye level. I'm making eye contact. There's nothing in my hands. Now I have notes down here. And I have no problem with you down here putting notes down. Your full content outline. You can look down and refer to it just to make sure you're coming back here. You can look down and refer, but make sure it's coming back here. I don't want you doing this because you're not looking at me. Okay? Now, if you do have your outline to the side, you're referring but come back here, yeah, you want to make sure you're coming back here and staying here as much as possible. Because I don't want you to memorize. But you do have to make those adjustments. And again, this way I'm not looking down at you. Here I'm looking straight at you, eye level. And that's the way I want all of you to have your speeches. And finally, make sure you're sending the outline and your video in the same email. Please do not send them in separate emails. Outline, video, same email, please. Okay? I can't reiterate that enough. Reiterate. That's how you say it. I can't reiterate that enough. Please send your video and your email, your video and your outline in the same email. Now, if you look at your grade sheet, you'll pretty much see the grade sheets are the same. There's only one significant difference, and that's in the delivery section. And that is you get graded based on emotion. See, in order to influence the opinion, attitude, and or behavior of your audience, in order to get people to think the way you do and feel the way you do, share the same opinion or idea, or actually get them to do something you want them to do, you must have an emotional attachment to your topic. We have to see, we have to hear, we have to feel your emotional attachment. But with that said, you also want to make sure it's a controlled emotion. You don't want to go overboard, but demonstrate that you're very animated about this topic. That's why you should agree with me, or that's why you should go ahead and donate your organs or go, make a blood donation, whatever it is that the speech of actuation that you want us to do. All right. So make sure that if there's an emotional attachment, just make sure it's a controlled emotion. And that's it. I know your topics. I very much look forward to them. All right. So start working on those speeches and make sure I get them by 8 p.m. on Sunday night, November 22nd. Take care, you guys.